day, listeners and viewers. My name is Ismail Inus. I will be taking the introduction to computer. In this course, we are going to discuss various aspects of a computer system. We are going to look at how a system works, that is a computer, how it works, how it's being used in society, the fundamental aspect of computer system. At the same time, we are going to look at various topics under this course. So this is our first class. It has its objectives. Let's go forward and look at the objectives of the week 1. In our today's lecture, which marks the first week of our introduction to computer, we are going to look at the basic component of computer system, the development of a computer system, and the computer system generations, ranging from the first generation, second, third, fourth, and the fifth generation, with their various characteristics or features. In this week, we are going to discuss all these. As I've earlier said, this introduction to computer, this course will explore us on knowing the various aspects of a computer, which includes the definition of a computer system, the basic functions of a computer system, some keywords that are used in the computer system environment, the input and output devices, as well as we are going to look at the hardware and the software aspect of computer. We're going to look at different types of softwares, the system software, application software, and utility softwares, the development of a computer system, which look at the generation of computer that ranges from one generation to other generation, and the ranges comes in the sense of advancements in technology. It also gives us a brief overview of the history of computing. At the same time, the milestones and innovation that occurs which shape the field of computer science. So without wasting much time, let's define a computer system. A computer system is an electronic device that can input data or accept data, process data, store data, and finally output data as information. There are keywords that one needs to put in mind while defining the word computer system. The first keyword is input device. Second, you look at the computer being electronic in nature, that is, it must accept an AC current or a DC current. Then storage. For it to be a computer system, it must have the capacity to store information. We have processing, that is, this computer can be able to process the data. That is, in the first place, it should be able to convert the data from analog to digital and from digital to analog, then before it goes for the further processing. Finally, the input should finally comes out as an information. So that is basically a computer system. It performs calculation, logical operations, and other management tasks of the computer quickly and accurately. That's all about a computer system. Let's look at the basic component of a computer system. The basic component of a computer system include the input unit, processing unit, storage unit, and the output unit. Let's look at each in details. When you say input unit, this is the unit that allows a user to input data or command into the computer through the use of the input devices. When you say input device, this refers as a device that a user can use to input data into a computer. The input devices include the keyboard, the mouse, scanner, microphone. In inputting, we input data and commands or instructions. For example, we can use keyboard to input data. That is, you can use it for typing to input characters. While we use mouse to input command or instructions, because we navigate through the window. At the same time, we make use of the pointer to insert command or to give instruction to the computer, open this folder, close that folder, and so forth. These are the commands that we use mouse as an input device. Let's look at processing device. In processing units, this often refers as the brain of the computer. That is where all the activities of processing will take place. This place, the processing unit consists of two units. We have the control units and we have the arithmetic logic units. The control units take control and direct all activities in the computer. That is, it make arrangement, it make a direct flow of data. Then we have the arithmetic logic units, which handles the arithmetic and logical operations of a computer. When we look at arithmetic operations, we basically look at plus, minus, division, subtractions, and so forth. These are arithmetics. Then in terms of logic, we look at and, or, not, and so forth. These are done by the arithmetic logic units, also known as ALU. Let's look at the storage unit. The storage unit is the part of the computer that allows our user to store information into the computer. The storage unit is also subdivided into two, where we have the primary storage and we have the secondary storage. You can as well call it permanent and temporary storage. The primary storage refers to the temporary storage. This is a storage device that stores data for immediate access. For example, we have the random access memory. That is an example of the temporary storage. Then we have the secondary storage. This allows to store data for a long time or permanently. Example of these devices include hard drives, SSD, and external devices. External drives like external hard disks. Also, flash disks can be part of the permanent storage devices. We look at output units. The output units help to perform or help to convert data into information, and this can be done through the output devices, of which we have the monitor, the speaker, and etc. The output unit helps to provide readable and results for the user. We are going to look at the development of computers, ranging from the Abacus computer up to when we start having the ENIAC computers, and to the current generation that we are, which is the 5th generation of computer. The Abacus was invented around 3000 BCE. It was used as a normal tool for manual arithmetic calculation. Then furthermore, we have the advancement where we have the Pascal calculator, which was developed in 1642, which can perform addition and subtractions. We also have the Charles Babbage, where we have the analytical engine developed by him in the year 1837. Also, in 1945, that is where we have the electronic numerical integrator and computer. That is where we call it the ENIAC computers, the first general purpose electronic computer developed by John Presper and John Markey. Use vacuum tubes for processing. Those were the first generation of computers. Now we are going to look at generation of computers, ranging from first generation of computer to the 5th generation of computer. The first generation of computer was invented in 1940s to 1950s, of which we are going to summarize and see the basic features of which this first generation of computer have. The technology that it works with was the vacuum tubes, and they use vacuum tubes for their circuitry, magnetic drums for memories. These computers were very big in size, consumes a lot of power. These computers require cooling system because they produce a lot of heat due to their big size, and they are very bulky. At the same time, they are very expensive. Example of this computer are the ENIAC and the UNIVAC computers. We look at the second generation of computer, which begins in 1950s to 1960s, of which the technology was improved from the usage of vacuum tools for circuitries to transistors. The second generation of computer make use of transistors as their circuitries, and they are smaller in size than the first generation of computer. They are a bit faster than the fourth generation of computer, more reliable than the vacuum tube computers. Example of these computers includes the IBM computers, CDC computers. We now look at the third generation of computer, which begins in 1960s to 1970s. This was where we have the integrated circuits, which replaced the transistors in the second generation. So therefore, in the third generation, we have integrated circuits known as ICs. These computers increase the processing power due to the integrated circuit that it have. It reduces in size because one circuit comprises of millions of vacuum tubes. So therefore, the size reduces. At the same time, it reduces in terms of cost. It's more reliable. It consumes less power, as well as it generates less heat. Example of these computers, we have the IBM 360. The fourth generation of computer begins in 1970s till present, where the computer make use of microprocessors, that is the CPUs, the chip, and it's compactable. It comes with very high-speed computers. It's developed for personal computers, which is known as PCs. These computers are very small in size, we can say, compared to the previous generation of computers. The computers can perform varieties of tasks. These computers can handle multiprocessing and multiprogramming. This is where the high-level programming language was introduced. High-level programming languages include the C++, the C, the Python programming language. Fourth generation of computers start making use of these high-level programming languages. Example of them are Intel-based computers, PCs. We have the Apple Macintosh computers. We look at the fifth generation of computing, which is in present and beyond, or we can call it future. This technology depends on artificial intelligence. When we say artificial intelligence, basically we look at how a machine can mimic human intelligence or can copy human intelligence by using some features of our knowledge base. These features focus, these generation focus on AI, machine learning, natural language processing, and robotics. And I can give you a few examples of this. We look at natural language processing. Look at Google Translator. A Google Translator can help you to translate from one language to another language, native language. So this is the application of the AI. At the same time, currently now we can say students have been making much use of some AIs like the ChatGPT AI, the Gemini AI, and the rest, of which these AIs are designed to copy or to mimic human intelligence. When you talk about intelligence, intelligence is something that have signs, and among the signs of intelligence we have thinking, ability to think, ability to reason, ability to understand from previous experience. All these are signs of intelligence. Okay, how can we develop machines or computers that can be able to think? Because among the limitation of previous computers, we said a computer system cannot think. So with the current systems that we are having and the future computers that are coming, we are looking at how to overcome the drawback of thinking. That is why we introduce artificial intelligence, where a computer can think, can reason on its own based on some predefined instructions. So this is what artificial intelligence all incorporate of. So in summary, we have looked at the introduction aspect of computer. We have looked at the definition of computer, where we look at the keywords that one need to use before defining computer. First one, we said computer system must be electronic in nature. It must accept data. It must process data. It must store data, and it must finally output data as information. Then we look at the development of computer, where it starts from the abacus computer to ENIAC computers till date. Then we look at the generation of computer, and we summarize it. The first generation works based on vacuum tubes. Second generation works based on transistors. Third generation work on integrated circuits. Fourth generation work based on microprocessors. And the fifth generation works based on artificial intelligence technology. This is the summary of our today's class. You can drop your questions, and I will refer back to the questions in your comment section. Thank you very much for watching and listening to our classes.